Ahoy! I am Lee the Pirate Tester, and today I would like to talk to you about a recent post I made. So I posted on Twitter and LinkedIn how I've been feeling like I'm not meant to be in testing anymore. I feel like I don't belong. So in this video I'm going to go into more detail into why I've been feeling like that, what's been going on, because I doubt I'm the only person who feels like this, and I'm hoping it'll also be quite cathartic. So why do I feel like I don't belong in testing anymore, or why I'm not meant to be in testing anymore? It's partly down to I am currently out of work and I am looking for a new role within testing. I've been testing for a decade now, and I like to think I'm quite good at it. I've had lots of people compliment how I test, the way I approach things, the way I interact with others, the way I view work, so forth. The problem I'm having with a lot of vacancies I'm seeing at the moment is almost everything asks for automation. They want testers who can do everything, which is, to me, unrealistic, because you can only devote so much skill and time to certain areas. If you're spending a lot of time doing automation, then are you sacrificing time where you're collaborating with others, where you're reviewing requirements, stories, where you're doing any exploratory testing, anything like that? I've spoken numerous times about how I'm not interested in performing automation by writing code, that kind of thing. It's not interesting to me, and the nice thing about IT is there's different things for different people. If I really wanted to write code, I'd probably end up being a developer. I've tried the odd little bit of different languages, but it doesn't click with me. It's one thing to build something, but I find it much more interesting to look into something to try and, as bad as it may sound, try and tear it down. I like to shake something to see what falls off until things stop falling off. Now, I know some people might say, but Lee, if you think like that, you could build it in the first place so it doesn't do those things. And potentially, yeah, if it interested me. But because I see so much stuff wanting automation to do, whether it's like front-end automation, whether it's doing things with API, so forth, they're not really things that grab me. I like exploring. My recent couple of years has been more UI based. So for a while I did a lot of SQL work, and I would need to write SQL, and depending on who I would speak to, they might say that's a very technical skill, whereas for me, I'm like, I would use SQL to find data, to set up data. It was to assist my testing, but I was still having to do a lot of the thinking, analyzing, so forth. With automation, you're using it to repeat something that's already been proven, or to try and disprove something. I like trying to work out the journey, not recreate that journey. So there's a discussion I had with someone a while back, I think it was with Mark Winteringham, in fact. They're saying, I see manual testing, and specifically exploratory testing, like hacking your way through the jungle. You can stop, you can change direction, you can see what's going on, and you're clearing a path so that then the people who do the automation, they can build the road behind you. It's very hard to get a car to go through a jungle, but if someone clears a path and then they can build a road, you can then follow that journey over and over again much faster. I want to cut through the jungle. I don't want to be the road builder. And so this is why it feels like if I'm not interested in automation, potentially with things like API databases, because I'm trying to prove or disprove something, but because I haven't really got experience in those things, when a role wants experience, you can't get into it, and I would need to try and come in at a senior tester level, who, as someone who hasn't got experience in those things but wants to try and get it. I've been looking at senior testing roles, but I've also looked at like some test coach roles and also some test lead roles. With some test lead role, I was unsuccessful because I lacked enough leadership experience, but I thought my technical skills were very good. For a senior role, I was unsuccessful because I lacked the experience in the areas they were going for. So they were doing things with ChatGPT and plugging into AIs as well as some APIs. And they're not things I have. They found someone who was more experienced in the area and also wanted a lower salary than me, so double hit against me. And I also applied for a test coaching role where I had numerous people say, "Hey Lee, have you seen this?" And it was a lower salary than I would ideally like. It was about £15,000 lower than what I'd like. But I sent my application in and I just got rejected the same day with, like, just straight away, no details why or so forth, which I can't build from. And it's just very demotivating. It's just various rejection emails or just not hearing back from jobs, looking at things. I'm like, will that role work for me? Will the company work for me? Are my standards too high? Is it I'm wanting more than is reasonable for what I can provide? Like, was my last job paying a very high rate compared to, say, the market, and as such it's really hard to find something that can mimic that. And yeah, it's just very tough. I know long term I don't really want to go down the manager route. At times I think I'd be quite good. Like, I've read various books about like leading versus managing and so forth, but I like getting my hand stuck in. I like doing the testing, but I do want to like help people learn. I want to help people improve. So that's where things like a coaching role or say a lead versus manager, where I can still be involved, like more into the work that's going on, but also able to help individuals, to help teams consider how they're testing, why they're testing, what they're testing, all these kind of stuff. And when I put out, so I put it out as a tweet as well as a LinkedIn post. LinkedIn is getting more traction these days because everyone is fleeing the dumpster fire that is Twitter. And like some people were saying, without automation, I've either got to go down, if I don't want to learn automation, it's either become a manager or leave test. Which is just, I like testing. I like the testing community. I like doing the work. So being told, if you want money, stop doing the thing you enjoy, is really difficult. And it just makes me go, should I be in? Like, I've known testers who have left to become developers because they like the idea of coding more. I've known testers who have left testing to become business analysts because they liked reviewing the requirements, building out the documentation of what something should do, not at the code level, not necessarily testing, but if we want it to do XYZ thing, they've got that tester mindset to go in and build it. And like, I like working on requirements, thinking all the things you need to do. But again, it's not something that's grabbed me and I don't think would work for me. Or there's, like, I've also known people who've gone on to be Scrum Masters or being more of an agile role where they help out teams. And again, it's using that tester mindset, the wider knowledge we have, because we have to interact with a very broad skilled role, and so it's plucking those things. And it's, as ever, even if I wanted to go down one of those routes, it's if I haven't got enough demonstratable experience, even if I had the transferable skills, it'd be finding someone to give me a chance. Yeah, because it doesn't help. This is compounded with a lot of personal things going on. So my divorce is nearly finalised. My ex has moved out of the house, so it's very draining. Feeling rejected at a professional and a personal level. There is, it's a lot going on. It's even at times finding it hard to focus on like applying for jobs, looking for things, not sat in this corner playing on my computer all day, and parenting outside of that with a lot of sole parenting. Like anyone who is a sole parent, or if they're even a co-parent, it can be very tiring. And just when there's all this, a mix of internal negativity, when it feels like I'm not belonging, it just makes me go, what should I be doing? But I feel like if I was to leave testing, I have no plan B. It's not like, oh, I can go off and do XYZ thing. Like, I don't want to go back into retail. The pay is terrible. I'm never going to get the kind of money I'm used to in retail. And it's just, it's figuring out what's right for me. And now I'm getting very rambly, which makes me think I need to start getting ready to wrap this up. And I imagine my viewer retention is just going to plummet on this video. But yeah, so if anyone knows of a remote role, as I need remote because half the time I'll be looking after my son, doing school drop-offs and pickups. So if they're like, oh, you need to be in the London office 1-2 days a week, I can't drop my son off, get to London, work, come back in time for a pick. It's just not feasible. It's like an hour on the train, and that's on the fast, expensive train. Plus, there's bound to be the inevitable tube to get to work from London Euston to wherever the office is and back again. I'd only be in the office for like a couple of hours and then have to switch around, and people were like, what's the point of coming in and so forth? And if it's not the whole team in, then if you're still having to dial into stuff, why be in the office? And so it's finding the right kind of, it's the right role, the right company, the right hours, the right benefits package. It's just, are my demands too high? Is my skill set too niche? Is it what I can offer isn't recognized enough by companies? They're like, we're going to get people to automate everything. Cool. Who's going to work out what you need to automate? This guy. Who's going to be speaking with the developers, the business owners, the product owners, the different teams, so forth? This guy. And it's just, it's making it be seen. So I'm not looking forward to editing this video. It might just be a couple of slight cuts at the beginning and end, and that's it. So if you'd like to reach out to me, I'm on LinkedIn. I'm still on Twitter. I am at thepiratetester. You can leave a comment on this YouTube video. You can email me, thepiratetester@gmail.com, because I've got my branding ironed out. I'm not on Bluesky. I'm not on Threads. I have like a Mastodon account, but I signed up to it when everyone started moving to it. I don't use it. So LinkedIn, Twitter, email are the main ways to get hold of me. If you're on Discord, I am on Discord as well. Unsurprisingly, I am at the Pirate Tester, but very few people use that. If you've got a role that you think would suit me, or just want to reach out and chat, because being at home all day, it gets very lonely. And so it'd just be nice to chat with people. So I will wrap the video up there. Hope you're all well, and let me know if you've also got ideas for future videos. Thanks very much.